What's good, everybody? It's your boy. I said I was gonna do a follow-up video to that one. I told y'all I started to play it. Well, I did. I cannot say that I am disappointed. Mainly because I just started playing it, and it's not bad. Like I was thinking, like Unity was fresh on the brain. That's what I was expecting, was Unity in every aspect. Like I was expecting fell after fell, and instead what I got was actually entertaining quality type of gameplay. Not to say that it won't stumble, not to say that there won't be bugs, not to say that I won't find something to complain about with the game. In fact, I already do have one or two issues with it. Like, why in the fuck is it a level up type of game? It's an Assassin's Creed, not a role playing. Or JRPG, if you will. That's not the type of game Assassins is. Maybe that was something in Unity that I didn't do because I didn't care for Unity. I played it for like an hour and a half and was like, this is bullshit. Anyway, I didn't care for Unity. Nobody cared for Unity. No one played Unity, so we all skipped it. But you have two characters in this one, a brother and a sister, twins in fact, and you're in London. It's the 1800s. Late 1800s, in fact. That's weird. They're catching up rather quickly, if you ask me. A little too fast. I feel like they're eventually going to have to backtrack a little bit in the next couple of games, because eventually they're going to be doing the Call of Duty thing, which is they're going to be so far ahead that we're like, that's bullshit, and nobody's going to want to play it. You know what I mean? And well, anyhow, let's talk what the issue is I have with the game off the jump is the leveling system. The fact you have to buy your let's say assassin view. What the fuck? Like, you have the what do they call that shit? The assassin view, or whatever the fuck it's called. You have it, but it's so weak and sad, and synchronizing doesn't even seem like it's a thing. I have no idea how the save works in this game, just like in the other ones. I have no idea. I know synchronize is the actual thing, and it just seems like they took so much out of the game to make it to where you have to buy it, and that's some bullshit. That is some straight up bullshit. Just buy the weapons. The weapons is all you need to purchase. Leveling up your abilities with weapons is pretty much all you should have to do in an Assassin's Creed game. I'm not the only one who thinks that. That cannot be the only thing that I see wrong here. That everybody's like, no, that's true. That, you know what I'm saying? Other than that, I mean, you know, going back between him and her, obviously he's got some differences between her. Why in the hell he's so, like, you know, there seems like there's a lot of backstory between the two of them that they're just not telling right off the jump. Automatically, they're automatic assassins. There's no backstory to them becoming assassins. I feel like there's a whole story we just don't have. I hope they touch on it in some way. Like, we're just drop into it. Unlike with Altair, we had a backstory given to us. And with Enzo, we had a backstory given to us. The Indian guy, I don't remember his name, sorry, and I don't want to butcher his name, so I'm not going to say anything about his name. We had a backstory given to us, and even with the pirate, there was a sad one, but a story given to us, and I don't know the Unity, so I mean, there was backstories given to us. These two, I mean, it kind of just jumps in, and they're full-fledged assassins. I mean, they act kind of reckless and obnoxious, but I mean, there's no backstory. That's kind of my only issues with the game, is there's no backstory, and the fact that you have to level up and you have to spend experience points. It's kind of like I thought this was a next level, next gen type of Assassins. However, it seems like it went backwards instead of forwards. It's pretty, I'll give them that. The game looks great, but I feel like it falls into that sinful next gen bullshit catalog of games, which is we're gonna make a game that looks pretty, but it plays and handles like last gen. And I really hate the fact that they're doing that, which is if we have the look down but we can't make it play like it, which to me means there was no reason for these next generation systems, and I don't think we're gonna get one until next year when the NX comes out. And I know what you're thinking, why would I say that? Well, because PlayStation and Xbox are only competing with each other. And if you ever paid attention to PlayStation and Xbox, they feed off of each other, they share everything, they don't feel competition with one another unless we're talking exclusives. And the only time they feel competition is when Nintendo does something, because if Nintendo does anything, then PlayStation and Microsoft are like, hey, we need to band together and try to take care of this problem because this is an actual problem. And then they do stuff. I mean, because with the Wii, you had the motion control. What happened? You had the PlayStation camera come, and you had the Kinect. And then with the Xbox One, the Kinect failed miserably. And then you had PlayStation still has their camera, and they're not doing anything. So it's a failure just because they're really not doing shit. And I mean, when the PS4 and Xbox One were coming, it was all due to the fact that the Wii U had a year ahead, and they were really pushing it. They were like PlayStation 4, Xbox One, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and that was because the Wii U was already out, and they were like, we need to, be on top of this. So, I mean, it's kind of like now they're just resting. They're kind of sleeping. But when Nintendo NX comes out, I feel like we're gonna finally get that series of games that we've really been desperately craving, real next generation gaming, because Nintendo will actually be doing something that forces PlayStation and Microsoft to actually say, okay, we've been bullshitting this whole time. These have been games that really could have been released on our last gen consoles. Maybe not the 360, but the PS3 definitely. Because I don't see how they couldn't have. I mean, these are Blu-ray disc games. I really don't see how these can't have been released on the PS3. I mean, they're not using the full functions of these controllers. They're not. I mean, there are some, they have the touchpad with the functions, but do I see any of these games that make them go, ooh, it's a PS4? Because it's no. And I didn't mean to go into an offshoot, but to be honest with you, I do not see a reason why this game is a exclusive next gen title. I don't see why Assassin's Creed Unity was a next gen Assassin's Creed. And when I bought this game today, in fact, me and the guy behind the counter had a big long talk about how before I even bought it, he was like, yeah man, the game is buggy. He was telling me how in his copy, his character even disappears, to where he's got to restart the mission so he can go back and do it again. He's had problems with his character disappearing, so I'm like, what the hell, man? I know Ubisoft wants to release an Assassin's Creed every year. They need to go back and just retract that statement and be like, we'll release an Assassin's Creed every 2 years. That way the bugs can be bare minimal. Because if they're releasing games now to where your character disappears, that is a huge problem. One that should not even exist. And I know that we're in the PS4 era, but it feels like we're back in the 2000 fucking 2s. Okay, and I will explain what I mean by that. We have Assassin's Creed Syndicate, and we're fixing to get the new Call of Duty game. And those two are the only two major titles right now. And then you have Guitar Hero and Rock Band. And if you remember in 2002, what was the mainstream games at that time? Guitar Hero and Rock fucking Band. And everyone has those. If you go to any thrift store and any Goodwill, you can find a guitar right now. I was sick of Guitar Hero back when Guitar Hero was popular. And I remember they tried to sell them on the 360 and the PS3s with catch ones like Metallica's and the Green Days, and people who were fans of those groups bought them, but they still didn't play those. And now they're rebooting them for this system, and I'm still sick of Guitar Hero. I've been sick of Guitar Hero since PlayStation 2. I don't even have a Guitar Hero for my PlayStation 2. So, but that's just me. You're you. You're allowed into your own opinion. I just feel like, instead of moving forward with gaming as it's supposed to be done, we're somehow going backwards. And I've said this once, I have no problem saying it again. This current generation has been about definitive editions, HD remakes, HD remasters, and games coming out that are meant to visually be stunning, visually be attractive, and visually captivate you. And that is it. That is all they are there for. They're not there for anything else other than to visually looking, graphic wise. They're not there for anything else. You might as well go and spend $60 on a whole bunch of fucking movies. Because that's all you need to do. Go buy you a top dollar Blu-ray movie DVD player. Buy you the best 4K TV on the market. Set that bitch up. Buy a whole lot of animated movies. Disney, Pixar, fucking, what's the other one? DreamWorks, and buy every one of them on the market. And then just watch those, because it's going to be the same thing you get from this generation of games. This game looks great, but like I said, that is all these games are. Every time I talk to people about the PS4 and the Xbox One, all it comes back to is, man, it looks great. It looks great. When I ask them about how does it play or how does it handle or anything outside of how does it look, people turn into the guy more than I care. And no one can give me anything other than and I hate that. I really wish they could give me some conversation outside of That's why I'm telling you. It's graphically great. Graphically, it's amazing. But it's got its problems. I'm going to hold on to it for right now. And I'm going to continue to play it because right now, story-wise, it's kind of got me, right here. Because he's created a gang and all this other shit. I don't know if it's going to get any better. I hope it does. But I don't know. So, like I said, I'm going to hold on to it. But right now, as of right now, after playing it for a few hours, it's falling into this category of next-gen bullshit, which is, it looks great. However, it's still bullshit. And that's going to be that for this video. And like I said, I'm sorry I jumped off topic there for a minute, but I felt like that was needed to be said to help you understand what I mean. So I'm going to get out this bitch, and I'll see y'all next video. Deuces.